I think Juliette Low's greatest legacy is not just for Georgia. She founded an organization that endures. She is beloved and continues to inspire people through her life and her life's work.
Juliette Gordon was born on Halloween night, 1860, to William Washington Gordon II and Eleanor Kinsey Gordon. Nicknamed Daisy early on, she was brought up to be an accomplished lady of leisure, to run a home and raise a family.
She was one of 6 children, and she grew up in a very happy family household here in Savannah, Georgia. Daisy was an interesting child. She was someone who was very precocious. She was full of herself and funny.
Daisy attended boarding schools in Virginia and New York. Throughout her childhood, she showed a rebellious streak that kept her from fitting the conventional image of a Southern belle. After her debut in Savannah, she met the handsome and charming William Mackey Low.
He was the son of a wealthy and very successful cotton factor here in Savannah. After her marriage, she proceeded off to live in England with her husband, hoping that she would have the lovely and wonderful, happy marriage that her family had had. And it really was a grand life. Daisy was known for being a great entertainer. She introduced Southern food to all of her English friends.
But as the years progressed, the marriage dwindled into a social facade. After several years of living apart, William began to press for a divorce.
She refused because she loved him and she hoped that he would come to his senses. But in the end, she had finally, after 5 years, she had agreed to give him his long-sought divorce. In the meanwhile, he died, leaving everything to another woman. In the end, was given a settlement that gave her a comfortable life. It also left her with a real sense of failure. She failed at the 2 things that her society demanded of her, and that was to have a successful marriage and a family.
In 1911, Daisy returned to London. She was looking for a sculpture teacher when she met Sir Robert Baden-Powell.
So they met at a luncheon, and when she was telling him that she felt she'd had a failed life, he said, well, you know, I have something else for you. And he introduced her to the Girl Guides.
Daisy wrote in her diary after meeting him, "He has ideas. More useful work might open before me in the future."
Daisy was someone who flitted from one thing to the next, and they always called them Daisy whims, but it was not. This was the whim that would turn into the work of her life.
Daisy began working with the Girl Guides, first in Scotland and later in London. Then in 1912, she returned to Savannah.
And she called her cousin, Miss Nina Pape, and she made her famous telephone call, and she said, Nina, I've got something for the girls of Savannah and all America and all the world, and we're going to start it tonight.
The first meeting of the Girl Guides in the U.S. was held March 12, 1912. There were 2 patrols consisting of 18 girls. They wore blue uniforms and used the same handbook as the British Guides.
The organization took off like wildfire. In 1913, she changed the name from the Girl Guides to the Girl Scouts, and she did that because the girls asked her to change the name. Something that a lot of people don't know about Juliette Low, from the time she was 26 years old, was considered to be, for all intents and purposes, deaf. She used that to her advantage when she started the Girl Scouts because she said she never had to listen to anyone tell her no. Daisy engaged all of her friends. No one was exempt from the jobs that Juliette Low gave them. She made a brilliant move of engaging the president's wives to serve as our honorary president. Daisy really felt that it was through the youth of the world that we would eventually accomplish world peace.
In the mid-1920s, Juliette Low developed cancer, keeping her illness hidden from family and friends. She died in her home on Lafayette Square, January 17, 1927. Throughout the decade and a half she devoted to Girl Scouting, the movement grew from a handful of girls in Savannah to over 168,000 nationally. Today, after more than 90 years, her legacy of friendship, education, and community is shared by over 3.8 million Girl Scouts.
I think Daisy is amazed wherever she is. And I think the lesson that she teaches all of us is it's never too late in life to find your life's work and make a difference in the world. And that's exactly what she did. While she never had any children of her own, she's had 50 million daughters. And that's a pretty remarkable legacy.